Yes.
And then Alhaji is more a religious kind of a title.
Yes.
So, indeed. Very good. So congratulations, as we do, from my little neck of the woods, we congratulate people for what happened yesterday if it was good. So in that way, sort of congratulating you two on yesterday's anniversary, the 65th anniversary, whereupon the president addressed us. Now, as you know, we're talking about, we're focusing on impactful reforms. And the other guest, by the way, is Prince Oyelude Oladele, who is DG of the Tinubu Shetima Ambassadors, and now we have you, Grassroots Advocacy for Peace and Good Governance. In terms of reforms, I asked him the question, let me ask you the same questions. There are quite a number of them, a whole basket full of reforms, which, if you were to take 3 or 4, which ones would you mention?
In addition to what they said of that of tax,
yes,
and the local government reforms.
Aha.
The most important one is petroleum reforms.
Yes, yes.
The petroleum sector reform is the best.
There's also, okay, sorry, please continue.
Yes, of all policies that happens in Nigeria, and there is this increase of allocation of funds.
Yes.
To both states and the local governments.
And there's also, we might come back and talk about these one after the other. We'll see how it goes. But there's also the whole matter of students' loans. It's like, for the first time, I think that's, if we, you see, the thing is, it's not easy as that unless you've made a note of it, as some of us have, because so many reforms have happened. And this reminds me of a line in the president's presentation yesterday, where after he commended leaders that had come before him, who had done their bit, he said he's irrevocably committed to the unfinished business of nation building. So he's continuing to build the nation. He's been giving us words of succor, words of encouragement, and indeed proof. Beyond all of that, proof. He was mentioning figures like, we'll touch it when we get to it. But I think he was saying that the inflation indices are down from where they used to be. And even though there are those of us that might say it's a bit high, we still have to, mention those things that are successes. Okay. Now, thank you very much, Alhaji Usman Mohammed Anashe, for starting off there. Now, let me return to Prince Oladele. Yes, which one should we take and talk a bit about? Because everyone seems to be quite happy with the local government financing aspect, where there's a law now, you don't have a choice. You must make funds available to local governments. Talk to us about that a bit.
Well, we have to give kudos to Mr. President, for giving Nigerians that freedom of financial autonomy at the grassroots. Because this is a very difficult task that a first-timer president shouldn't even dare it. But if we look at it, the president is looking beyond his second term, because if he is to consider his re-election, he will not even dabble into that.
I've heard that.
Because this is a reform. This is a reform that even his predecessors cannot, take action upon. Nigerians have been looking for an avenue whereby the local government will have financial freedom. But the past presidents failed to do that, failed to give it to Nigerians. But he came on board now and decided to remove, to declare financial autonomy for the local governments. And if you look at it, I would love to use my state as an, as an example. And okay, we all know what is happening right now in the states. If you look at it, there is no local government that is earning below 300 million now. From February to August in my state, according to indices from the
You haven't mentioned the state. You're keeping us in suspense as to your beloved state.
I'm just trying to use that, to
But you didn't
explain
tell
what
us.
is on ground.
Is it Ogun or is it
can't tell
Oshun?
you. Osun State, my state.
Oshun.
State.
My bad.
Yes.
My bad. I missed it. Please continue, sir.
Yeah, and my local government is Oyelude local government. So
Okay.
I'm from the indices from the Accountant General Office and the budgets and internet advocacy for financial, regulation. So we discovered that there is no local government that is earning less than 300 million naira. And, I set up a group called the Advocacy for Local Government Autonomy in Nigeria.
Okay.
So whereby we're advocating for the financial autonomy of local governments. And we discovered that that's a huge amount of money that are going to the local government, to the grassroots, are not being given directly to the local government.
Yeah.
So immediately the president came on board. After the removal of fuel subsidy, he declared local governments autonomy. And I see that as an antidote for the removal of fuel subsidy, because everybody believes that immediately you remove fuel subsidy, everything will definitely skyrocket, the price of everything will increase. But the best thing is that the removal of subsidy will increase the allocation of the state governors, the federal and the local governments. So if that money is going back to the people that, they're supposed to get it and make sure they utilize it to get whatever they want to buy, people will not complain too much. But the money is not going straight to the local governments. The money is going to the joint account of the state governors and the local government chairman. So whereby they find it difficult, the governors will decide on how the local government will spend their own money. So the question is, if the president is deciding how the state governors will spend their money, definitely the country will not be in order. So the declaration of local government autonomy is the best thing that has happened to Nigeria. But up to date, it's not yet effective. And I believe that the president will still work on it. I think that's why he said unfinished reform or something like that. In this thing. So these are things, these are areas which I think maybe even if he cannot finish it in his first term, his second term he should make it a priority to ensure that the local governments council, they have their financial autonomy directly. The local governments councillors should act like the National Assembly members to their chairmen. The way the senator and the reps are acting, in regulating the activities of the president. The councillors also should do that, to regulate the activities and make laws for the chairman at the grassroots.
Okay.
So for instance, in my local government now, in February till August, the least amount we receive from the federal government is 350 million naira. And according to my statistics, before the increments of salaries and even the removal of subsidy that lead to the increment of salary, the total payments for the civil servants in my local government is approximately 30 million naira. So now let's assume that there are increments in the salaries of the local government staffs. I don't think the increment is beyond 60%. 120% rather, because it's like times 2 or times 3, from 30,000 naira to 70,000 naira. Okay. It's around 113%. So if that is the case, I think from 30 million naira that the local government have been using to pay the workers, I think it's going to increase to like maybe 80 or thereabouts. So if you deduct, let's even assume it's 100 million naira. If you deduct that from the allocation that is going to my local government, you will still discover that you have excess on ground. But if you go to my local government now, there is no road, there is no water, there is nothing to show that this sum of money is going down to the grassroots.
I hear
you.
So
if the local governments are getting that fund directly, the community, the citizens of each local government will be able to hold their chairman ransom. And, it will
to account, not ransom, to hold them to account.
In the local government.
Yeah, I hope they don't take the chairman ransom.
That is the best reform that I think the president has done so far, in addition to others.
All right then.